Hey everyone, once again, how are you? Doing a lot of confirming lately, of course. Right now I'm in a phase of confirming the Textus Receptus as the inspired Word of God. And yes, I will say these days, more so than the KJV. I'm not saying you cannot be saved by only just reading the KJV. I think you can be. I'm saying we can understand better God's true word in Greek, because if there's 24 different ways to spell the word the, but the KJV only has the word the, then I think, we kind of lose some of the subtleties. But I'm not saying your soul can't be saved if you don't know Greek. Um, but then again, Jesus spoke in Hebrew and Aramaic. He didn't speak in Greek. So if you want the true word of God, we truly only have the Greek, and then the manuscripts passed down. Okay? And then the English is a translation of that. Anyway, so one of my big things is the Ante-Nicene Fathers now. These guys said many, many things that were in the Textus Receptus um, that is older than what people are saying it is. They say the Textus Receptus only dates back to 375. These guys were writing it, they finished in 325. Some of them even knew John the Baptist, okay? He wrote Revelation in 96, John the Baptist. You get, okay, Irenaeus and Polycarp and all those dudes were in like the 1st and 2nd century. All these modern translations come from actually an age around right here, 325 AD to 330 AD. Most of the manuscripts for Westcott and Hort, what they used, were dated back then, whereas they say the Textus Receptus and the KJV manuscripts weren't until 375. But we'll prove that wrong right here, because the Ante-Nicene Fathers quote many things that these other Bibles take out. For instance, all of these verses. Okay? And once again, we're going to use our handy index here to look up the verses that the supposed Alexandrian texts miss out, because they say, oh, well, since they're older, they shouldn't be in there, and someone added them to the Textus Receptus. No, because these guys predate the Alexandrian manuscripts and are saying things that are in the Textus Receptus. For instance, Acts 28:29. They totally take it out of a lot of these different Bible versions. Okay, but when we look in the index right here, Acts 28, okay, Acts 28 right here. Sorry, Acts 28:29. Why would it have any of the verse if it didn't exist at all? That's proof right there. Okay? Luke 22:43. They said it didn't exist at all. There appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. Luke 22. And where's 43? It was like in... Sorry. Right here. Luke 22:43. How would someone in volume 2 of this 10-volume thing be referencing something that wasn't supposedly written until 325 AD? In fact, let's look at who's in volume 2. Tatian, Theophilus of Antioch, Athenagoras of Athens, and Clement of Alexandria. And if you look at all these people, they're all in 150 AD, 120 AD, that's when they were born, 169 AD, and the Alexandrian manuscripts weren't till 325. How can they be saying things that were only in the Textus Receptus, supposedly not till 375? Because the Textus Receptus is the correct Word of God. Okay, Luke 22:44 shouldn't be in there at all. Oh wait, here it is, 22:44. I know you can't see Luke up here, but it just takes me so long to search through each and every one individually that I didn't want to make a video. You can look it up yourself if you honestly don't believe me. I have no time to lie. Okay, Luke 3:38. Okay. It showed up in my iPhone app of the Ante-Nicene Fathers when I looked it up. And that's the exact page numbers on Nook. It doesn't show it on here because it blotched it out when I first tried to look, but now it's all better. Also, same with this. 24:6 wasn't here, but when I typed it in my Nook app, it showed on page 9505 and 101:52. You look it up on Nook once you buy it for $3 friggin'. Okay, once again, Luke 24:40. And when he had thus spoken, he showed them his hands and his feet, showing him that he was dead and rose and had marks in his hands. It's on page 3400 and 10355 of Nook. Okay, so it's in a text that's older than the Alexandrian manuscript. Matthew 18:11. For the Son of Man has come to save that which is lost. They say it's not in the oldest manuscripts, but these guys were talking about it right here. 1811. 1811. Okay, how can they know about it if it wasn't written, if it was supposedly added to the Textus Receptus later? It wasn't. Matthew 21:44. And whosoever shall fall on the stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it'll grind him to powder. 21:44. Right here. Matthew 21:44. Okay, volume 1, the oldest dude out there, was talking about this verse. And they say, oh, well, it doesn't exist. Yes, it does. Matthew 12:47. Then one said to him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak to thee with thee. It's missing in Sinaiticus and Vaticanus, but these old guys, 12:47. Hello. It's right there. They talked about it, proving Jesus had brethren. He was not an only child. He was the first, he was the only begotten son of God from a virgin mother. Then Mary and Joseph had kids after that. You know, James, Thomas. Matthew 17:21. Howbeit this kind goeth out, but by prayer and fasting. Matthew 17:21. It's right there. So what's truly strange about all of these translations is the fact that they take away from doctrine. I wouldn't care if they took away from, a number here and there, or, oh, I had 5 cherries on a tree and not 3, but they're taking away from actual prayer and fasting and making you think Jesus isn't the Son of God, making you think he's a liar, making you literally change your perception. None of these Bibles add a single thing. They mostly take away. That's why you need to get this book called See What's Missing, Look What's Missing on Kindle. You can read all 250 examples, but there's a short list of mine own examples, and then you can see how old these guys are. And it's all written before down to 325 AD. Exactly when they supposedly date the Alexandrian manuscripts. These guys were already saying Textus Receptus stuff, which are only dated latest manuscript of oldest manuscript of Textus Receptus is 375, because we wore out all of the originals. We just kept reading them, so we had to copy them. Anyway, I hope that clears some things up. KJV is the English Word of God, but the Textus Receptus is actually, the more specific Word of God. Thank you. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't tell you. I've been learning Greek. I literally read the first 3 chapters of Matthew in the original Greek. Isn't that sweet? I learned the alphabet the first day, and then I learned the alphabet the first day, and then I literally learned how to pronounce things and stuff the next day. And so I read the first 3 chapters, and now I'm doing all these lessons. This is a great video right here. It taught me a lot. But this guy, Sanderson, is really amazing. If you just learn John 1:1 from this guy, then he's just a good teacher and a good guidance. And he makes it really simple. He's also the guy who shows a lot of errors in other Bibles and how KJV is superior to all the other Bibles as well. Everything I learn now confirms something. I have no big 180s anymore. I'm not like a 2012 New Ager turned Christian. I'm going to stay Christian forever, which is pretty much, only a couple more years in Earth time at least. Thank you. Have a good day. Let's keep going. 2015 is looking good for me. Thanks. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's the year of the goat, which is the Grox's year. He's a wise sheep, okay? I look into that symbolism. I don't care if y'all do. The Book of Mark hides astrology. Watch my previous videos. It's not a sin to believe astrology. It's a sin to think it'll save you. Only Jesus can save.